I'm going to begin with you, Jane. I'm just wondering because I mean, obviously, you've been in this career, having this career for a number of years now, and sort of made some brilliant projects along the line. I just wondered, has it got to a sort of point now when it comes to choosing a role where you just think that looks like it's going to be quite fun, and I get to hang out with people that are probably going to make my experience quite enjoyable? And is that does that become eventually the kind of leading prerogative when it comes to choosing roles?
It's that would be one of them, but I think it's also in the material. And you know, if the material's good, the director's good, and then you've got great actors to work with, obviously. And on this one, I would say top of the list would be, you know, the rest of the cast, definitely.
Yeah, Cheech, I mean, you're working alongside most of your scenes with Christopher Walken and Robert De Niro. That must have been, even after with the amount of experience you've got, that must have still been just a thrill to be on set with two just geniuses every day.
Yeah, that was very good. The money was good too. I mean, that was kind of
And Jane, I was wondering too, because obviously this film is about the kind of relationship between Robert and Oakes's characters. Do you miss having kids that age when they would get up to all sorts of mischief? Were you quite pleased when actually they kind of got a bit older and you were able just to have more adult conversations with them and not have to ground them for any reason?
Uh, no, actually, I keep wondering when I'm going to have no children in the house. They all came back, and now I have grandchildren. In fact, as we speak, there are two of my grandchildren just outside being homeschooled and playing in the pool, and I've got at least two or three children around here somewhere. Yeah, so it's constant, and I love it.
And Cheech, obviously, I was wondering if you, because obviously, again, in this film, I mean, you're working with some brilliant youngsters. I was wondering when you first broke into the industry, if you had a kind of a guide or someone that you kind of looked up to that helped you settle into the industry and show you your kind of way.
not a one. No,
No.
no, nobody helped me. I did it all by myself. There was nobody out there. Yeah, everybody that I worked with helped me because I didn't know what I was doing, you know. But we had a lot of, from Cheech and Chong, we had a lot of stage experience, you know, years and years and years of stage experience. So when we finally got to film, we just trusted the director and the cameraman to kind of capture what we were doing. So our philosophy was just be funny in front of the camera and they'll figure out the rest.
Yeah, because I mean, Cheech, I mean, you've been in the industry for such a long time. Do you ever find yourself kind of looking back? Are you a nostalgic person? Do you think back to your Cheech and Chong days and sort of ever find yourself watching your old material? Were you very much about the kind of the here and now?
No, it's more about my youth than anything. When you say that anything you've been in, like, oh, that guy was really good looking. No wonder all the chicks were after me. You know, uh, but it's more about a nostalgia of age rather than experiences.
And my final question, Jane, which is, I was wondering because I just spoke to Laura and she's got 10 million Instagram followers, which is just kind of mad. I'm just wondering because obviously that's something that even I sort of am too old for kind of all that sort of stuff as well. And I'm just wondering about when you first broke into the industry, if you're quite relieved that social media wasn't such a big thing because it feels like such a huge pressure on young actors and actresses to have that amount of people that they've got kind of following them and waiting on their every move.
No, it really is, and of course, I came to it very late in the game, and you know, I never imagined that we would have to do it. It'd be part of what you do as a working actress. I mean, you know, you study things about becoming an actor and actress. They don't tell you things about doing the publicity, doing the interviews, you know, and now the Instagram and all of that. And I kind of enjoy it, but I did need somebody who knows what time of day to put it up and, you know, helps me edit it a bit. But we are now like a home, you know, studio here because I'll spend one day and I'll just change clothes like 10 times and, you know, banquet, you know, all kinds of stuff and do it all myself. And it's very interesting because I realized we could do that. And it seems to end up in all the magazines and on television and everywhere as real news. And I'm like, how's that? That's kind of odd. So I don't know. It's very odd to me, but it seems to be working. But I don't have millions. I only have what 120. I don't know how many thousand. Apparently, for an old person, I'm doing very well. Engagement. I think what happens is I actually have real human beings who really respond. I think there's this thing called engagement. They're real.
Yeah, but it's about 120,000 or whatever more than I do. So thank you. Yeah, well, thank you so much, guys. Best of luck with the rest of the junket.
Place.
Bye-bye.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching Hey You Guys!
Hey, you guys, huh?
Hey, you guys.
Is that from the Goonies?
It is indeed, yeah.
Nice.
Hey,